emanating from deep under the earth, spreading across the globe at the speed of thought, changing the world, one brain at a time. This is Last Call, the final order report. From Green Brain Comics.
Howdy Brainiacs, it's time for Last Call, your one-stop preview for next month's best comics and your last chance to pre-order before the print runs are locked and loaded. I am Dan Merritt, Chief Purchasing Officer here at Green Brain Comics, and I'm here to give you the lowdown on what's hitting our shelves starting Wednesday, July 8th, and a heads up to pre-order any of these books by this Sunday, June 14th. The Final Order Report and Green Brain Comics are proudly powered by Comichub. Check out Comichub online at comichub.com or grab the mobile app for Android and iPhone. Create an account online or log into your existing one to order, pay securely, and make sure you never miss an issue. Today I'll be using Comichub to spotlight some items from this week's Last Call for Confirmed Orders Carousel. Let's get right into that. Let me show you a bigger version of that and get out of the way. So behind the orange banner is anything that we may have attached to your account currently is waiting for you to pay for and pick up or have us ship out. Behind the green banner is all the menus we will be looking at today. Let's click through there. At the top, we got a bar for searching all items. That's everything in the system, in catalogs for pre-order currently. Below that is some of those items that have preview pages. And the third menu here is arriving soon. That's everything that's on this Wednesday's upcoming invoices and are set to hit the shelf on Wednesday the 17th. And under that is the Last Call menu. That's what we'll be using today, but let me first show you that you can search events. That's for big publisher events, and you got manga and collected editions. Let's scroll back up to Last Call and click through there. Once you get there, you see you got controls for alphanumeric filters. You got drop downs for publishers and a drop down for format. I've got only comics click because that's what our focus is going to be for today. And our first focus for today is Last Call for Small Press. Yeah, that's it. Last Call for Small Press. Here we go. And the first thing in small press this week is a bunch of stuff for kids and younger readers. We got a new 85th anniversary one-shot featuring Betty and Veronica in their swimsuit special. We have a whole bunch of different covers, but this is the best one. Dan DeCarlo. You also got some interiors, some classic reprints from Harry Lucy. Check it out. It drops on July 8th. Where is it? There it is. And you can pre-order any of these cool covers. Next up, Dynamite has a bunch of stuff for younger readers, including the very popular Ben 10 series. Number 3 is set to drop on July 18th with this cover by Robert Carey. Disney Villains Gaston continues with number 5. And we also get a 5th issue from Disney Villains Ursula. Mirka Andolfo cover, who's also writing this series. And I think this may be the third week in a row that Disney Aladdin has been on FOC. This time I think it's for reals because they're all together here. All these beautiful covers. The interiors are written by James Lee with interior art by Agnese Eterno. Got an A cover from Nicoletta Baldari. Natasha Bustos. J. Scott Campbell. And we got one of them big giant cartoon head variants, this by Agnes Eterno, who does interiors. It all drops on July 8th from Dynamite Entertainment, Aladdin #1. Jungle #5 from the very small press publisher Uncivilized from Keenan Marshall Keller and Tom Neely. Cool cover from Greg and Fake. Moving over to Ablaze, we got the new Sumerian miniseries. Robert E. Howard's Savage Hero Uncensored. It's Zuthal of the Dusk. The Sumerian returns from Christopher Beck and artist Steven Subic. That'll be interesting to see some Steven Subic interiors. We got an A cover from Chris Regnault. Drops on July 22nd. Got a B cover from interior artist Steven Subic. The Sumerian Zuthal of the Dusk. Moving over to Bad Idea. It's a bad idea. It's Olympus Saga Megalith #0. Not sure where this fits in the whole Megalith series, but it's an intro issue that features some interior art by Jonathan Marks Baravecchia, who did Bear Pirate Viking Queen over at Image Comics. And it also features art from Ramon Villalobos. We got a Luis LaRosa cover on the A. Also from Bad Idea, Tankers vs. Ancient Aliens #2. And the debut of the new series from Bad Idea, written by Joshua Dicehart, with interior art by Kevin McGuire. The team that brought you Unknown Soldier. This is insane. This is, let's see, it's possibly their ultimate creation. It's Banana #1. Into the fundamentals, into the fundament zone. Brace yourselves for the startling story of a genetically mysterious 7-foot-tall sentient banana, raised in secret, turned race car driver, turned sex symbol, turned global celebrity, and ultimately turned revolutionary icon. Caught between human civilization, fruit rebellion, and the coming war between the two, it's Banana #1, a one-shot. From Joshua Dicehart and Kevin McGuire, you got an A cover from Michael Allred. A B cover from J.G. Jones. Very nice. Chris Bacalo, look at that. What? Radical. Lionel Francis Yu. A beautiful rendition of a banana. And a glow-in-the-dark Michael Allred variant. This will be $9.99 cover price for that special glow-in-the-dark. It all drops on July 15th. It's Banana #1. Bad Idea. All right, moving on over to Dynamite, or back to Dynamite Entertainment. We've got Altered States Warlords #2. This series just debuted this last Wednesday, just a few days ago, from David Avallone. Joseph Michael Linsner cover. Thundercats versus Silverhawks. And the debut of the new series spinning out of Fire and Ice. This is called Dark Wolf. Born from the immortal imagination of fantasy illustrators Supreme Frank Frazetta, Dark Wolf storms into the new era of savage fantasy. Brought to life by writer Dan Urban Barbarian Panosian and powerhouse artist Andrei Lurovich. Dynamite's acclaimed exploration of the world of Fire and Ice continues in this new series. It all begins with a mother and her twins flee the warlock who sired them until a masked warrior descends from the mountains and unleashes hell upon their pursuers. But saving them is only the beginning. Violent, mythic, unrelenting. This is Dark Wolf, and the legend begins here. A fierce, visceral rebirth of one of fantasy's most iconic warriors. With an A cover from Dan Panosian, Steven Sejic, Joe Jusko. This is pretty brutal. Stuart Sager, Carrie Nord, very cool. All for Fire and Ice Dark Wolf #1, July 8th. Okay, over at X Posse Holdings, we got a second issue of Mark Spears' Midnight Man. Mark Spears cover. Bad Thoughts returns with a #2 after a very successful debut week. And the Beauty. Looks like we got a new story arc in #7. Bloodland #5. Ooh, Ignition is dropping a bunch of stuff this week. And they debut Sicko. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. At least that's what healthy people say. Valentine Virago has always struggled with her health. Her rare autoimmune disorder has defied all treatment, and as she grows older, it defied even classification. Ew, it's a new snot girl. Her rare autoimmune disorder has defied all treatment, and as she grew older, it defied even... You see, Valentine could take her immune system and weaponize it. What would just be a normal sneeze to the rest of us, she could turn into a projectile or bloody miasma. Just as a start, this seems pretty gross. It's from writer Teeny Howard and Amilcar Pina doing interiors and this A cover. The series debuts on July 2nd, and you could secure your pre-orders for this beautiful Juliet NECA cover on the B. This is Sicko #1. And from Mad Cave, we get the next issue of Flash Gordon #18 with a Joe Quinones cover. Speed Racer #10, Alessio Zano. Kill Switch #3. And we get a new anthology from Antarctic Press. This one shot is called Horror Comics American Nightmares. Celebrate 250 years of the scars and shrieks, the old dread, fright and boo with Antarctic Press, with artists like Brian Denham, David Hutchison, Kelsey Shannon, and more. Provide a plethora of patriotic pinups depicting all manner of macabre Americana, with an A cover from Kelsey Shannon. That 24-page issue runs $7.60, and there is a special other variant for $17.76. It's Horror Comics American Nightmares. Also from Antarctic Press, Spy Bunnies, groovy Antarctic Press action and adventure. It's the swingin' 60s from Chuck Dixon and Erwin Presetia on interiors, and we got an A cover from Daniel Coronado, 32 pages for $4.99. And a B cover by Jane Wen. This B cover is $9.99. Spy Bunnies #1. Oni Press returns with Destination Kill #3. #2 just came out this week. It's been a fun series from Joe Palmer. Murder Drones number 7, Alessio Zano cover. And Defiant, Volume 1, number 3 of 4. We might see the end of this story yet. Looking forward to it on July 8th. From Titan Publishing, we get Dead by Daylight, The Hillbilly, number 4 of 4. And the debut of a new Doctor Who series called Circuit Breaker. Don't miss the first full adventure in Doctor Who Circuit Breaker. Check back here or visit for more information. That's crummy. Here's the thing, I don't know too much about Doctor Who. This particular Doctor is unfamiliar to me, but you got this cool photo variant. The series is written by Dan Waters, and you get a B cover by Robert Senecki. This cool D cover from Flops. It's Doctor Who Circuit Breaker number 1. Drops on July 8th from Titan Publishing. Ooh, here's an interesting thing. I haven't quite figured it out yet, but it is from Vault Comics. It is a 24-page special edition number 0 for Dungeon Crawler Carl. New achievement. You crawlers went so crazy for Dungeon Crawler Carl number 0 that it's going back to print with brand new covers. Wow. The lit RPG smash hit phenomenon and New York Times bestseller, Dungeon Crawler Carl, is now a graphic novel for the very first time, and this special 0 issue is your chance to own DCC in single issue format. You know what's worse than breaking up with your girlfriend? Getting stuck on a sadistic alien game show with her cat. This 0 issue special collects the first episode and more of the webtoon series, with over 5.6 million reads, and 225,000 subscribers. Wowee! It's Vault Comics' reprint of Dungeon Crawler Carl, free comic book day edition. 24 pages for $9.99. You got this Absolute Batman homage cover. That Absolute Batman 2 homage. A Brett Bean variant. Little interesting sketch variant. Cool banner. And a special foil full art variant for $14.99. I don't know how many of these I'm ordering for the shelf, folks, so if you're interested, make sure you get your special orders in by this Sunday. Oh yeah, that's a foil too. And that's a foil. And that's a foil. Moving over to Boom Studios, we got Alice Forever After number 5, Dan Panosian, Giorgio Spalletta. Another totally creepy cover from Hello Darkness, number 23, Rebecca Puebla cover. Only the Savage Are Left returns with a number 2 after a successful launch this last week, I think it was. Oh, that's from Dark Horse Comics. Skate Alley, that just debuted this last week, from Sam Humphries, Kelly Sudaconic, and Natasha Bustos. Star Wars The High Republic Adventure, Pathfinders number 3. And hey, look! We might actually get this. Hellboy and the BPRD ongoing number 72. Has to be called that for system reasons. We get a new 3-issue miniseries in the Hellboy universe called Giant Robot Hellboy Returns. Hellboy's robot counterpart is back, but he's not alone. Scientists comb the deep sea for any sign of giant robot Hellboy after his disappearance, but find more than they bargained for when an interdimensional portal threatens to pull them in or let monsters of unknown origin out. New 2-parter that continues the story from Giant Robot Hellboy and connects more deeply to Hellboy and BPRD lore, featuring fan favorite artist Duncan Fegredo. And an A cover from Duncan Fegredo. Ben Stenbeck on the B. This all drops on July 22nd from Dark Horse Comics. From IDW's IDW Dark imprint, it's A Quiet Place, Storm Warning number 5. Star Trek Starfleet Academy Lost Contact number 4. And IDW sub-distributes Alien books that just kicked off this new Tarzan Beyond series from Steve Orlando, Renato Gaidas doing fantastic artwork. And Star Trek Red Shirts returns with this new miniseries. Revenge is a dish best served on time delay. From Jerry Duggan comes the next Red Shirts bloodbath. On the Federation's farthest frontier, Red Shirts don't just die, they're used. When conscripted security grunt Harry Dubert finds contraband hidden inside a fallen comrade's body, he uncovers Section Null, a secret Starfleet directorate turning disposable red shirts into assets in a sprawling criminal conspiracy. From writer Jerry Duggan, with interior art by Scott Buoncristiano, featuring a cover from Chris Sheehan. Drops on July 22nd. You could special order this Malachi Ward cover. Very cool cover. I like this. Very retro. Spacey. It's Star Trek Red Shirts, Ghosts of the 21st Century. Hey, we get a new Godzilla vs. America one-shot. This called San Diego. Never heard of it. Godzilla returns to the Golden State to smash through the country's biggest comic book convention in this oversized one-shot. What's the biggest thing coming to Comic-Con this year? Comic book and movie announcements? Nope. Comic creators, cosplayers, and celebrities? No. Rising from the depths of San Diego Bay is the King of Monsters, ready for its destructive photo op. Move over Hall H this year, all eyes are on Hall G. Join Godzilla as it takes on a roster of San Diego Comic-Con All-Stars, featuring stories by Stan Sakai, Greg Fake, and more, with A covers by Ron Lim and Christian Ward on B. It's Godzilla vs. America. Oh yeah, there's this. And we get a new Kaisei era series from IDW. It's the horror of Godzilla. A terrifying look at Godzilla's first attack, Tokyo 1954, as the country begins to look towards its post-war future. 2 scientists start an experiment in the Pacific Ocean. It is meant to change everything, and it will. Come now, reader, and bear witness to the incredible horror of the King of the Monsters. There are no heroes, there are no survivors, there's only the wrath of Godzilla. This standalone 4-issue miniseries serves as a prequel to the Kaisei era, while also being perfect for fans of Godzilla -1, Shin Godzilla, and the original Godzilla from 1954, written by Rising Star authors Griffin Sheridan and Ethan S. Parker, and illustrated by one of the best horror artists of all time. It's Tristan Jones. We got an A cover from Tristan Jones himself. Cool, spooky Godzilla. Got a B cover, movie homage from Pablo Tunica. A Trevor Henderson cover. Ooh, and one of my favorites, it's Kelly Jones. I'd recognize those giant maws anywhere. It's the horror of Godzilla from the Kaisei era. Drops on July 29th. Yeah, that's cool. All right, moving on over. We got next up our last call for Image Comics. Here we go. And here we go. It's Blood and Thunder number 15. This issue, and I think pretty much everything from Image Comics this week is scheduled to drop on July 8th. Die Loaded number 7, kicking off a new story arc. Free Planet number 14. Cool cover. G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero 330. Mask number 1 gets a second printing. If you're interested in this cover by Jason Howard, make sure to get your pre-orders in, because I got a whole bunch of first printing number 1s. But we do get a second issue also scheduled to drop on July 8th. Seasons continues with number 11. And the return of That Texas Blood starts soon, and we get a 22nd issue. Transformers number 34. And Witchblade 23. Oh, is that Aphrodite 9? Something like that? Just Aphrodite. Ooh, hey, here's a cool new debut from Image Comics this week. It is a very special reprinting of Do a Powerbomb. It's in black and white. Lona Steel Rose wants to be a pro wrestler, but she's living under the shadow of her mother, the best to ever do it. Everything changes when a wrestling-obsessed necromancer asks her to join the grandest pro wrestling tournament of all time, which is also the most dangerous. This action-packed Eisner Award-winning story is now presented in an all-new black and white format, collecting the first 2 issues of the original series in one 48-page issue for $5.99. Drops on July 8th from Daniel Warren Johnson, who did all these cool covers, including the A cover, the B cover. That's cool. So good. And the iconic Daniel Warren Johnson D cover, all in beautiful black and white. Or do a Powerbomb black and white, number 1 of 3. And the other debut on Image Comics this week on FOC, scheduled for July 8th, it's Exquisite Corpses, Rascal Randy. The sleepy town of Aurora Springs, New York, has exactly one claim to fame. It's the birthplace of Rascal Randy. Not the man in the suit. The man has never mattered. He was no one until he put the mascot head on for the first time. No, Aurora Springs is the birthplace of Rascal Randy the Rabbit, who once upon a time was poised to become the greatest animated character this country has ever seen, until greed and tragedy changed his trajectory forever. Now, before the event of Exquisite Corpses Season 1 witnessed the final murder spree of this iconic killer, as chaos hops into town with buck teeth bared and ears flopping, and the secret, sordid history of Rascal Randy is finally revealed from writer Tyler Boss, who's doing interiors, and maybe Dylan Burnett. I don't see that other name. We got a Dylan Burnett cover on the A, Tyler Boss on the B. Let's see, we got a Michael Walsh polybagged and collectible card variant version. That's also for $5.99. And we got this stealth variant, looks kind of like a straight up photo by Tyler Boss. It's Exquisite Corpses Rascal Randy number 1 of 5 from Image Comics. And that does it for Image Comics on FOC this week. Let's move right on over to DC Comics. And the first thing on DC Comics list for this week is Absolute Batman number 22. It also has this B cover because this issue is featuring the origin of Harley Quinn. This B cover features art from Red Hot Dan Quintana. I should say Red Hot artist. I mean, I assume he's a nice looking fellow, but it's Absolute Batman number 22. Ooh, Absolute Catwoman number 2. What'd you think of number 1? It just came out. Lots of fun from Scott Snyder, Shea Grayson, and Bengal on interiors and a cover. Emperor Aquaman number 19, John Tim's cover. Barbara Gordon Breakout number 3. A facsimile edition of Batman 156. Robin dies at dawn. Oh no. He'll be okay. Get a new issue of Bleeding Hearts number 6. Stepan Morian cover. Very cool cover. The Fury of Firestorm 4 of 8. Hey, eyes up. Another classic facsimile reprinting, more modern era stuff from Green Lantern number 49. That's when Hal Jordan turned into Parallax, I think. I don't know my DC history from that era all that well. And we also get a new issue of Green Lantern Corps number 18 with this very iconic Jorge Fornes cover. Supergirl returns with number 15, Sophie Campbell cover. And the debut of this 6-issue miniseries from writer Jude Ellison and artist Fran Galan. It's Clayface, Celebrity Dirt. Before he was Clayface, Basil Karlo was one of the hottest stars in Hollywood. As he breaks out of Arkham once again, he's ready to stage his comeback. But there's just one problem. Someone has already beat him to it, and Basil Karlo is already a massive star. But if that's true, what's next for the real Basil? And what does this predicament have to do with young women disappearing in Los Angeles and a new supplement causing hideous transformations in its users? Acclaimed horror writer Jude Ellison S. Doyle and rising star artist Fran Galan, who joined forces for a brand new miniseries that's equal part body horror and Hollywood glamour, with an A cover from Fran Galan, who does interiors. Cardstock covers from Mike Del Mundo. Dave Johnson drops on July 8th. It's Clayface, number 1. And that was a quick list for DC Comics on FOC this week. That's okay. We'll go right on over to Marvel Comics. And we'll kick off Marvel Comics with the next issue of Alien King Killer. This is number 4 from Saladin Ahmed and Carlos Nieto. Avengers Armageddon continues after its debut this last Wednesday. Drops on July 15th. Also tying in is Captain America number 13. Fantastic Four number 14, Humberto Ramos cover. Oh, this also features a backup story celebrating Disability Pride Month. Infernal Hulk continues with number 9. This is reportedly a very pivotal issue of the series before its final issue coming the following month. from Philip Kennedy Johnson, Adam Gorin interiors, and Nick Klein cover. JLA Avengers Facsimile Edition continues with the first of 2 connecting parts by Alex Ross. And we get a reprint of this year's Free Comic Book Day or Comic Book Giveaway Day branded free comics, including Amazing Spider-Man 1000 / Queen in Black and the Armageddon X-Men Free Comic Book Day books. That is $6.99 for 48 pages. Amazing Spider-Man Spider-Versity number 4. Star Wars Galaxy's Edge Echoes of the Empire, cool Phil Noto cover. And Inglorious X-Force number 7, RB Silva. X-Men 33, Tony Daniel, who also does interiors on this arc. We get a new What If one-shot. What if Jessica Jones was bitten by the radioactive spider? Teenage superhero sensation Spider-Girl is retired. Surly and eternally miffed bartender Jessica Jones wants nothing more than to leave that part of her life and the traumas that came with it firmly behind her. But when a ghost from her past comes back to haunt her, she finds herself unable to leave well enough alone. Has the Green Goblin returned? And if so, is an out-of-shape ex-superhero enough to stop him? From writer Justina Ireland, interior artist David Messina, and an A cover from Lucas Vernac, debuting on July 15th. It's What If Jessica Jones. We've got some variant covers by David Messina, who does interiors, Michael Gatiss, and it all drops on July 15th. Ooh, and here's the big star for the week from Marvel Comics, the debut of Predator versus the Planet of the Apes. Worlds collide when a deadly Yautja crash lands on the legendary Planet of the Apes. 2 worlds will collide for the first time. After a rescue mission gone wrong, astronaut Arch finds herself embedded in a hostile ape society where humans are subservient. But the hunters soon became the hunted when the apes find themselves being stalked by predators. A 3-way war is about to erupt between humans, apes, and the Yautja. Who will reign supreme in Predator versus the Planet of the Apes? Written by Greg Pak with interior art by Alan Robinson. Got an A cover from Stonehouse. Cool. An homage cover by Chris Campana. The obligatory Scotty Young cover. And a Tim Seeley cover. And it's all for Predator versus the Planet of the Apes from Marvel Comics, debuting on July 29th. And that, folks, does it for our focus on single issues that are up for final order cutoff this weekend. You can order all these things through Comic Hub. We'll give you a little bit more information about that soon. First, I want to go straight over to Last Call for Green Brain events, because boy, oh, do we have a bunch of big events happening this week. And we kick it off tonight over at Downey Brewing Company at 7 o'clock for our biannual drink and draw, hosted at Downey Brewing Company, which is at 13121 Prospect in Dearborn. Check out downeybrewingcompany.com for more information, and make sure you check your Google Map for its location. This is co-promoted and co-produced by our friends at Blick Art Materials. We won't, Katie and I won't be there tonight, but Sean will be there providing prompts, pencils, markers, paper, and more provided from Blick Art Materials. It all happens this evening at Downey Brewing Company. And this weekend is A2CAF, the Ann Arbor Comic Arts Festival. Katie and I will be there Saturday and Sunday from 11 to 5 p.m. It's at the main branch, Ann Arbor Public Library, Ann Arbor District Library, right downtown. Check it out. It'll be fun. And it's free. Great for kids. Check it out. Later tomorrow evening over at the Senate Theater, they are presenting Salomé in the Silence at the Senate series, featuring live accompaniment by John Lauter, 8 p.m. Saturday, June 13th, senattheater.com. And join us back at Green Brain Comics this Monday for Brain Candy number 79. It all happens for free inside Green Brain Comics at 7 p.m. with music by Jeff Spisak, the poetry of Dom Whitten, Reynaldo Hinojosa with prose, and the visual art of Dan Kestler. For more information about Brain Candy, you can check out our website, greenbraincomics.com, and we've also got a Facebook event posted for Brain Candy 79 coming up this Monday. We'll be back on YouTube on Tuesday night at 6:30 with BRAINSCAN, our live stream from the floor of Green Brain Comics on the eve of New Comic Book Day. Join us in the comment section and be a part of the fun. And I'd also like to thank our pals at Klezmageddon for this episode's theme music. Thank you, Klezmageddon. You're swell. Okay. So yeah, that does it for Last Call for final orders. You can stay up to date on all of our happenings. We're Green Brain Comics on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. All the links you need for our shopping cart website and Comic Hub are right below in the description. We are spreading the love of comics and graphic novels from the heart of East Downtown Dearborn since 1985. Feed your brain at Green Brain Comics. Thanks for watching, folks.
Emanating from deep under the earth, spreading across the globe at the speed of thought, changing the world one brain at a time. This is Last Call, the final order report. From Green Brain Comics.